Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Washington Live. We're powered by KCTC, and I'm your host, Jaron Rosien. Our producer is Nick Steffens, our publisher is Matt Bryant, and we're part of the Southeast Iowa Union. If you'd like to advertise, you talk to Julie here at the Journal Building, where our studio is part of the Southeast Iowa Union. Hey, the housekeeping thing is like and follow. If you haven't done so, you'll get notified when we go live. You can watch then, you can watch later, not a big deal. If you have a birthday, anniversary, or local event you'd like to plug, you can put that in the chat, or you can email Nick and myself, mostly Nick.
Yeah, I'm the one checking it.
At that's washialive@gmail.com. Later today, our guest is David Watson. He wears a couple hats as an educator and a minister, but he's going to talk today about the hat of the community Christmas dinner on Christmas Day. Let's hop to it. Local events, hey, part of the privilege. I'd be remiss to not shout for the show we have at JP's on Saturday. That's the Ryan Doty Holiday Concert. It's really great. We open at 6, the show's at 7. You can spend $10 to get in, or $20 includes a meal, and you can find that on our JP's Facebook page, which we'll put in the chat today, because we'd love to have a great turnout, and it's looking to be a great turnout for the holiday show that we have planned for Saturday. Other local events includes, I believe Dr. Green came on.
It was I don't know how long ago. When was last? I think maybe the last time Todd hosted.
With Todd Patterson, yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Green does general surgery and colonoscopies at the county hospital. I met him in his professional capacity yesterday at 8 a.m. with family history. I wasn't going to talk about it, but then I think it's a fine thing to talk about because it was fine. I actually did it with a friend who is an older friend who's a female, Melissa, and we did our prep together, did our recovery together, watched the same show, and we both survived, and it was a good preventative health thing to do. So not the worst decision that I've made by a long shot.
That's good. I think a lot of people think of it as this,
it's a little scary.
It's going to change your life and ruin you, and it's a good thing to do health-wise.
Yeah, it was a little scary, but it was all good. So thanks for letting me share with you, viewer. Nick, do you have any news to share before we go into the police report?
I'm looking for a new car. So if anyone is selling a car for about 5 to 6 G's.
5 or 6 G's. You're making it sound like you're just... Anyway, so that's your budget is 5 to 8, sounds like. My car is just burning through oil, not really running efficiently right now, and I think it's at 240,000 miles. It's legally able to drink at 21 years old, and so I think I just needed to get a new car. And it is drinking oil.
Yes.
It is a nice little Saturn. Reliable GM-built vehicle.
Yeah, it gets about 29 miles per gallon on the highway, so it's economical. That's why I haven't gotten rid of it yet.
Well, and now that this is, your first big boy job out of college, you have money coming in.
My dad's been harping me to get a new car for a while now, so I think he's right before I end up outside of Crawfordsville.
So you want a sedan? You're looking for like a car?
Yeah, I drove a truck for a while. Like one summer, I had a truck. And I don't know. I like being lower to the road. I don't like being high up like that.
Interesting. I'm the opposite. I prefer to be the visibility.
Yeah.
Is there a manufacturer that you are drawn to?
No, I usually don't like Chevys, but that's, I don't know.
Oh, you might be in the wrong.
I was going to say I might be in the wrong because everyone is selling a Chevy from what I've gathered.
And I dabbled in a foreign automobile just briefly, and it was so fun to drive. But COO, cost of ownership, like a headlamp was like $1,400. The ballast was like,
which is why
$750. The lamp itself was like $600. It was insane.
Yeah, that's so. I guess as far as makes, usually domestic, because I don't want to deal with all of the crazy prices that come with it.
Yeah, I'm happy to be back in a American-made automobile. I could go both ways. It was a lot of fun. But
then until something small happens, then you have to dish out $1,000.
Hey, I'm getting off track, but that's what we're here for. The weather as we speak, it's like hot out. It's 46 degrees and cloudy. I think when I awoke, it was 40 and it said high of 49 today. We're not really looking ahead on the weather. I realized that with guest Mike Zaz. On Monday's show, we talked about nativity scenes. It's a great episode to watch about the displays at Hills Bank. But Mike mentioned the upcoming weather, and I hadn't even thought of it.
Yeah.
It was the rain that we experienced yesterday at length.
Which I do the 5-day forecast on Newsbreak every day. So but it's technically Brighton, I think, because it's in the middle of all 3 of the newspaper locations. So it's like not always completely accurate to Washington or Mount Pleasant, but it's it splits the difference.
Well, that's good to know. Something I've learned today. And now to learn about the police report. Since we last spoke, 32, just a slow couple days, 32 calls for service.
Yeah.
10 in traffic, 3 in fraud, which doesn't normally beat animals. Animals all the way, not even on the list.
Yeah. It's too cold.
I feel like I disagree. There was, car versus deer must not qualify.
I think they might have been, when things like that, I think they get classified as traffic.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, traffic 10, fraud 3, vandalism 2, arrest warrant 2, civil dispute 2, and 1s down the rest of the list. A couple of the highlights include the tanker semi with a white tractor that is driving at a high rate of speed. Not a big deal. I just wanted to report the speed demon semi in Riverside, Iowa. Highway 1 reports his son has removed his truck out of the shop. Now is the shop blocked with a machine and a tractor. 928 responded, son is unsure how the truck was removed. So something strange. It could be a little miscommunication.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I borrowed your truck. Forgot to tell you.
Yeah.
Hard to say. Caller advised a subject tried sending $15,500 in a cash in a box. They would like to speak to an officer. 111 responded and spoke to the caller under investigation. I had this texted to me. Sarah, thank you for that.
I'm so lost.
Investigative reporting is welcome. If you know the rest of the story,
So he called the police because he was trying to send $15,000 in a box.
I don't know. I don't understand it.
What was stopping him from sending the $15,000 in a box?
Very
Did he
confused.
want a police escort? I don't
So
know.
who's the officer? 111? I don't think I can. Well, they probably couldn't talk about it anyway.
Yeah.
We have a friend, this would be animal, but it says all other offenses. Caller reports a friend has abandoned their animals and she is caring for them. 112 advised he gave the caller her options. A couple traffic accidents. We had a 2-vehicle traffic accident at Highway 22 and 1st Street in Kelowna. No injuries. We did have injuries here in Washington, East Washington Street in front of Lebowski's. 2 people transported. I was told to stay home and relax due to being under anesthesia.
Yeah, well, I guess I drove past it on my way out to work, so
Yeah, well, lots of people responded
I wasn't able to kind of tell what was going on.
to assist. Caller reports 5 vehicles tearing up 135th Street just off 218. 929 responded. Vehicles stuck were with Amazon and another vehicle trying to offload packages for deliveries. We have another call of a driver being stuck on a dirt road. I think Amazon took a wrong turn.
Yeah.
And
I don't know, maybe someone lives down the road and they had a package.
Well,
they got to meet those one-day deliveries or whatever they have.
Oopsie doopsie. Down on 220A Avenue, caller reports a subject in the mobile home park is burning trash. It is in between the trailers, but not out of control at this time. Caller is concerned due to the wind. 9221 responded, advised the subject at the lot to put out the fire. Yeah, we know we're not supposed to burn trash.
Apparently not, we don't know that.
The day before was pretty tame, just a white box truck losing containers and papers onto the road, a vehicle versus deer accident, and a caller that reports last saw his BB gun in the basement this morning. 929 located the BB gun and was returned to the owner. Another strange
Is
one.
that like when you can't find something, you're like, Mom, I can't find this, and then as soon as she looks for it, it just like magically appears.
You're like 911, I can't find my BB gun.
But yeah, except with 911.
Well, happily those are resolved issues. Thank you for watching. We're going to go to break, and when we come back, we'll begin our conversation with David Watson, and we'll talk about a holiday event, the Christmas dinner on Christmas Day. Stick around. We will see you after the break.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank.
Hospice isn't a place, it's a type of care that focuses on living. Servicing a 7-county area, the Hospice of Washington County staff of nurses, social work, hospice aides, spiritual and grief support, volunteers, music and massage therapists are able to provide free end-of-life care where the patient lives. We write wills, give consent for organ donation, but rarely is there a plan for what we would want the final phase of our lives. At Hospice of Washington County, we encourage our patients to be in charge of their healthcare decisions while maintaining quality of life.
Family owned and operated by Andy and Sarah Ross, Ross Auto has been your vehicle repair and maintenance headquarters since 1935. We specialize in all makes of cars and light-duty trucks. With our variety of available services, let us help you keep rolling and your vehicle operating efficiently. Services include general auto repair, alignments, brakes, fuel injection, and more. Schedule your appointment today at 319-653-5656. That's 319-653-5656.
Hey, Emmy.
What?
How do you make a tissue? Like a Kleenex. Hey, Emmy. How do you make a tissue? Hey, Emmy.
Hi.
How do you make a tissue dance?
How?
You put a little boogie in it.
Welcome back to Washington Live, powered by KCTC. I'm Jaron, that is Nick, and our guest today is David, or Pastor Watson.
Hey.
Hi. Thank you for joining us today.
Hey, glad to be here.
So we're going to talk about the event, but before we do that, just a little background.
Sure.
Can you tell us about some of the hats that you wear and how you have come to wear them? I know one is educator and one is minister. Please tell us.
Yeah, you bet. I started out in education when I graduated from college, graduated from University of Tennessee.
Tennessee, okay.
And we were in Tennessee for several years, taught in Southeast Missouri, taught music, coached football.
Are you from Tennessee
I
originally?
am from Tennessee originally. Yep,
Okay.
I am an Iowa transplant. I've been here for almost 20 years now.
Well, welcome. I'd like
Yeah.
to think I've met a few people that have been transplants, and some communities seem to view outsiders perpetually as such. I think our community is like, hey, the more the merrier. People are
Exactly.
welcome.
Washington accepts us. It feels like we've been here forever. So that's really good.
How did you meet your wife? Was that a Tennessee connection?
That was a Tennessee connection. I met her in my senior year of college. She
Lovely.
was a freshman actually. So
Did you go to a Bible college?
no, I went to the University of Tennessee at Martin, satellite school for the University of Tennessee,
You said that. I'm silly.
and got my education degree, music education degree through there. Then as I started teaching, I knew I always enjoyed working with youth, working with children, but wanted to work with them in a more significant capacity.
Sure.
And so I got my ministerial credentials through the Assemblies of God,
Okay.
through Berean School of the Bible and Global University, and that's where I got my seminary training through.
Where is the Berean School of Bible?
That's in
based
Springfield,
out?
Missouri.
So is that an on-site campus or a remote?
It's
learning?
both, actually.
Okay.
And so I did most of mine through, actually did all mine through correspondence through them.
So you were pretty busy. You were
Online. Yeah,
working
absolutely.
full-time, sounds like. Yep.
Yep. And so as I was doing that, teaching at elementary school and a middle school in Southeast Missouri, finally felt the nudge to go into full-time ministry, into youth pastoring, children's pastoring, and connected with a church in Algona, Iowa.
Oh, right.
So
sure.
North Central Iowa, and went there, pastored there for 6 years, and then moved over to Spencer, Iowa, and went there for 4 years and did youth, children, and family pastoring there. And then about 9 years ago, actually 9 years in February, we moved to Washington to take the lead pastorate here at the Assembly of God Church.
So it went Algona and then Spencer and then now here in Washington,
here,
Iowa for 9
absolutely.
years.
Yep.
So is it Pastor Watson, Mr. Watson, or David? What would you prefer?
I'll answer to anything, so it's whichever someone happens to call me. It's not David anymore. For some reason, I lost the ID on the back of my name when I moved to Iowa. It was shortened to Dave.
Oh, is that what most say?
And that's now what everybody calls me. It's either Pastor Dave, or the kids call me Mr. Watson. I'll answer to anything.
Depends on the room you're in. I
Depends on the
suppose.
room, exactly.
Well, we are happy to have you in this room. You're also wearing an educator hat. What
Yeah.
field, where are you at in the school district here?
It's exciting. I worked as a para for the Washington Community School District for 8 years.
Oh, wow.
The first 8 years we were here, I started as a sub, and then I worked as a behavioral para for 7 years, and then this past year, our music instructor took a different position in another district, and somebody just nudged me and said, "Hey, you're really great with the kids. You
have a
know about
degree in
music.
music
You have a
education."
degree in
Yeah.
music ed.
Yeah.
How about you just apply for it?" And so went through the process, got my credentials from Tennessee, transferred to Iowa, and here we are. And so I'm teaching K through 2 at Stewart Elementary School.
K through 2. Well, I would say that's formative and substantial, that age and the memories that you have from the, music in the classroom is pretty special.
It is. It's a lot of fun. I love watching that moment when, and it transfers to pastoring too. I love watching the moment when people it clicks and the concepts that you've been teaching all begin to fall together and they begin to put them together. And that that aha moment when the light bulb comes on, it's amazing. And that's really what gets me and what motivates me.
Happy to know a little bit more about you. I know I've met your boy, who's I think, is he a freshman this year in school?
Yep, he's a freshman in college, Nolan.
And he's back, and I remember interacting with Nolan with some of the Performing Arts and Event Center sound booth things.
Yep, so he is back he went to Trinity Bible College in Ellendale, North Dakota.
North Dakota, very good.
And hard for a dad, my first child, off to college, 9 hours away. It was a tough time. August was tough.
Oh, 9 almost seems close. I know some of the Dakotas that it's like a 16-hour drive.
Oh, gosh,
you go all the way in. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, he had mentioned Montana once before, and I'm like, oh, my gosh, kid, what are you
What have we
thinking?
done? Why do you want to go so far? No, not.
But he's doing fantastic. So he's in their program there, and when he graduates there, he'll have a master's degree when he graduates from there.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah,
Good
it's
for him.
amazing, a 4+1 program there.
That's fantastic. Well, happy to learn, like I said, a little bit more about you. Of course, we've brought you on to talk a little bit about the Christmas dinner. So let's hop right in. What is the event?
So this is the community Christmas dinner, and this started several years before we even came to Washington. The Church of God over on D Avenue, on the corner of D and Madison.
All right, very good.
And so right across from Car Doctor there.
I got you now.
They started this, I don't even remember how many years prior, but they would serve Christmas dinner for those that didn't have a place to go for Christmas.
That happens.
Yeah,
that even
absolutely.
happens with people that have a place to go that sometimes do. I mean, I'm just speculating. I just know that for Thanksgiving this year, it was a weird year where all of the peripheral plans meant that the schedule was open. And I think that happens on Christmas too.
And so when we got here, it was about a year into it, and through just a crazy series of circumstances, the Church of God said we're either going to have to find someone to host or partner with us. And so we're like, hey, we would love to do this because we recognize the need. And it just falls right in line with our heart as a church to say, we exist for the community. That's why we're here. And so we partnered with the Church of God the first year that we did it. And then
who's the minister at the Church of God?
The Church of God now is back then it was Dean Elmore.
Okay.
He retired, and now it's Bobby Michaud, and they're from Knoxville, Iowa.
I don't think I'm well acquainted, but thank you for sharing.
Great folks, but the Christmas dinner started to really flourish a little bit more. We had a little bit bigger space. Mm-hmm. We began to reach out to local businesses and ask them if they'd like to partner with us to feed people at Christmas. And the first year we did about 200 to 250 meals. And we do delivery. We decided we were going to deliver in the city of Washington.
You are filling a major need in our community.
And so we went to the other part of that. The next year that we did it, we're like, okay, we can expand this a little bit more. We had significantly more people call and ask for meals. So we went from 250 meals to about 300 meals and 350 meals. Last year, we were at, even during COVID, we still did a drive-up option where we
Perfect.
would try to do contactless, and we would deliver. And so we did over 300 meals during a COVID
wow.
year.
Well, let's talk about both how to give and how to receive in this way.
Yeah.
Is it a noon meal or an evening meal?
This meal is-
in person, not in person. What people that need this and people that are our viewers that want to share it with someone, what does that look like?
Yeah. So we have a Facebook event set up.
Perfect.
And so
We can
you
plug that.
Yep, that's on there. And then we have a line that you can call just for the sake of knowing how much food to prepare.
Mm-hmm.
We ask people to make a reservation. It's totally free. There's no
I'm
cost
sure
to
there's a
anyone.
tiny bit of margin for those
There-
in need, but really good to know a number. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. And so we want to, want them to call. The local number here is 319-383-1880.
Okay.
And they'll talk to Janet. She's one of our volunteers. She is a fantastic lady. She will take their information, and they can either choose to dine in with us on Christmas Day.
Okay.
They can have it delivered.
Okay.
Or they can come in and pick it up and carry out.
So carry out, delivery, dine in. What are the hours?
The hours of dine-in are 11 till 1,
Wonderful.
and that's on Christmas Day. Even though that's a Sunday, it's a little odd.
It'll be a busy day.
It's a busy day for sure.
We were talking about our plans too, and of course that involves church, and sometimes Christmas doesn't. But
Right.
it is Jesus' birthday. So,
Yeah, it seems a little important, right?
yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
So they can come in 11 to 1. It's a great atmosphere. The church is decorated nice. We'll have Christmas music playing.
Perfect.
It's a great time. And what we see with this is so many different people from different backgrounds. We have single families that come in. We've had families come in from as far as Winfield and even over in Illinois. They have heard about this, and they'll make the drive because maybe their children aren't home this Christmas and they really don't want to make a big meal.
Or to
Come eat your big meal
be
with us.
alone
Yeah.
when you have the opportunity to be surrounded by. Yeah,
It's a
makes
great
sense.
time of fellowship. It's a great time to just focus on really what the heart of Christmas is all about anyway, which was the giving aspect of that. And so we do that. They can have that delivery. Delivery is limited to Washington, the city of Washington. And then they can have as many meals as they want. They just need to give us a call, let us know, and we'll have them.
And we'll make it
have them
happen.
ready for them.
Well, I think it makes sense because this is a really nice thing, and what you said kind of alludes to it, that holidays are not always easy.
Right.
They can be very hard.
Yeah,
And-
that's what I see a lot. Is a lot of people have experienced so many different realms of emotions and things and just memories that come back up
Trauma.
during this time.
Yeah.
And it's very, very tough for Christmas for them. And we're in a time we normally see as joyous and very happy and festive. People don't have that anymore. They've had this transition in their life, and this is an opportunity for them to come and be with us and have
Put
an
that aside,
opportunity
perhaps,
to,
or-
yeah,
yeah.
and just for a moment,
Yeah.
be part of our family.
Wonderful. On that side, the giving side, how can people contribute, be of service, whether monetarily or with their time, or I imagine with food safety? How can people give and help?
Yeah, absolutely. We partner with, like I said, I partner with a ton of businesses in the area, and if I dare start naming them, I'll forget one, and I don't want to do that because they've been so generous with their support. But if a business owner or private individual wants to volunteer, they can contact us at the church. They could also call that event line, and we can pass their information
Janet
along.
at 319-383-1880.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they can call our church office, 319-653-3749. And we'll get back to them and get them in touch with our volunteer coordinator. Her name is Diana, and she does a fantastic job with that, getting people put into the different places that we have need. If you want to donate monetarily, you want this to continue to go forward, we accept cash donations, and we put that in our community outreach, and that's exactly what we do. Every year, we have people that do that, and we try our best to operate at a zero.
Sure. Everything you get,
Everything
you want to put
we
into
get,
it. Yeah.
everything comes in, goes out. That's what we try our best to do. And we've had so much support and so many people. The one thing I love about the city of Washington is when people see a need, they respond to
They
it.
rise to the occasion.
And
yeah.
I love it. And that's one of my favorite things about the city, and one of the things I enjoy raising my own family, it's seeing them connect that way in the community.
Well, I'm happy to hear that. Do you prepare the meal in-house then?
Yes, we prepare the meal in-house. We have lots of different help there. We've had some people. My mom did catering for a long time.
Oh, that's
when I
perfect
was a
experience
kid.
to have, yeah.
And so, catering for 600-700 to 1,000 people was nothing for my mom to do. So
That's a lot. It's just math on the one hand,
Yeah,
but on
just
the other
math.
hand, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
Math, food prep, all of that. We've got a great kitchen team that comes in and makes sure everything is up to temp and all the food is right and everything is healthy and just really good food.
Well, happy to hear about it, and there's opportunities for all, whether you should attend or tell someone that they can attend or give or volunteer. We have that information we've said out loud. We'll put it in the chat. It's from 11 to 1, the Community Christmas Dinner on Christmas Day at the First Assembly
Yes.
Church, and so happy to discuss it with you.
Yeah, more than happy to. And if you have any questions, please feel free, give us a call. We'd answer any questions that you have.
Perfect. If you have any now, you can put that in the chat. If it's after watching live, you can normally still stick that in the chat, and we will watch for those and direct them the correct direction on this episode of Washington Live. We're going to go to break, and when we come back, we'll end on the note of the birthday game and give some birthday shout-outs. We'll see you in just a moment after the break.
Since 1905, Kelowna Cooperative Technology Company has helped our community stay connected with the latest advancements in clear, dependable telecommunications services. KCTC provides rural Iowans with access to high-speed fiber internet, as well as phone, television, computer repair, and cybersecurity solutions. We're also proud supporters of local organizations and area schools within the community. KCTC, keeping Kelowna connected.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
Welcome back to Washington Live, powered by KCTC. I'm your host, Jaron Rosien. We're with Nick, and we're with Dave Watson, Pastor Watson, Mr. Watson. We'll cover them all. Talking about the Community Christmas Dinner. You can catch all that information in our middle segment. Next week, we're looking forward to having our friends with the Country Corner food truck join us on Monday. We're going to close out today's show with the birthday game. And what do you have?
So the national day today, before we get into the birthday game, is National Monkey Day. Do you have a favorite monkey species or type or?
No,
breed?
but immediately I think of like movies with the animal, and there's like one that's a classic. Oh, never mind. I can't even remember the name of it. I don't have a favorite species. Do you?
Oh, I kind of like, what was it? Right Turn Clyde. That's all that I remember. Was it Clint Eastwood? I think it was the movie that had, I think it's an orangutan actually that's there. But
I think I know what you're talking
I'm
about.
kind of fond of spider monkeys. I think they're kind of fun.
All right.
I like the ones that are like in Japan and they are in those hot springs. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
and
yeah.
Up in the snowy mountains. Those are my favorite monkeys. I forget what they're called.
And I still don't know which one mine is, but not Planet of the Apes or those. It's one of those where they're like in the jungle and they're smart and
And they're smart.
it's
George of the Jungle?
Oh, so there's the one with Clint Eastwood. It's basically along the same lines as like The Rock and Fast. Like it's those '90s movies.
Okay, yeah, I know
That
what you mean.
I wish I remembered better. Okay, let's do the birthday game. We'll close out the show before
I got us off track.
There-
It might be. I think you're right.
It might
I
be
think
what?
you're spot on.
Congo.
That is the movie.
Oh,
And it has. Do you remember who's in it?
I don't. I just remember the monkeys.
Oh, it's so good. You are the endangered species from the best-selling author of Jurassic Park. We'll do with the birthday game. And keep
now
it on
I have
the
to go watch
tracks.
Congo.
What do you have for us, Nick?
all right. So I'm going to put a celebrity whose birthday is today on the screen. You have to guess their age. If you're within 3 years, you get a point. If you're right on, you get 2 points.
Before we hop in, happy birthdays today to BJ Weatherall and Michael Pearson. And happy birthday tomorrow to Cody Mellinger and Ryan Brookhart. Happy birthday to you.
All right. So first up for celebrity birthdays, we have Vanessa Hudgens from the cinematic masterpieces that were the High School Musical movies from my childhood.
Oh my
All right,
God.
the guest, you can go first if you'd like. You can defer if you want me to try
Say
and guess.
34.
I think you're close because I'm trying to think. I've been watching this Down Under with Zac Efron and the one dude, and it's like documentary like about Australia.
Oh yeah, I've heard. I think I saw the previews.
It's like pretty good. It's interesting. I recall them as the same age.
Yes, because they were co-stars.
Good guess. I'll say 35.
She is 34. So
Yes.
Right on.
2 points.
2 points.
Son of a gun.
Like I
All
said,
right.
This is not a good birthday
So
day.
2 and I get 1. What do we have next?
We have Tori Kelly, who was a pop singer. I feel like she hasn't really been famous for a couple of years.
Any
I think,
clues that you can give me?
Oh, gosh.
Well, hit
she
songs?
got her started on YouTube, so she was a YouTuber before.
All right, I'll say 27.
31.
31. She is 30. So
We both get a point.
both get a
I
point.
believe.
We're at
All right.
3-2 right now.
This is a tighter
Tough,
game
right?
than I've had in a long time.
This is the last one. It is DK Metcalf, the wide receiver for the Seattle Seahawks.
He's got that hair going on.
He
You will be
does.
surprised by this age. I will say that.
Okay, thank you for that.
I'm not
Yeah, I
gonna say
guess
what-
you're first.
Oh, gosh.
Which direction will be surprised by?
I'm not going to give. I'm just going to say.
Yeah, you want to give
surprised.
it? Okay, we'll be surprised by. We'll go 26.
And I don't know if I should guess like 21 or 35. I have no idea. Let's say it's a lot of ink. I'll go. You said what?
I said, what did I say?
26.
26, yeah.
I'll go 31.
He is 25. This man is only 2 years older than I am, and he is.
Looks like that.
I wish I was
like-
ripped like
I would
that.
guess
Oh my
21.
gosh.
So
My
you
wife
said-
probably wishes I was ripped like that.
Since he's looked like that since he was like 19, and it's
Well,
always
4 to
just
2. You got me.
Wow.
It's like pickleball today.
Don't forget the
And if you would like to take,
Oh,
take it-
absolutely.
absolutely, as
I'd
well.
like to thank the Academy.
Well, we can thank Matt Bryant for purchasing our commemoration materials and all of that. Thank you again for joining us today.
Thanks so much.
Thanks to all of our viewers for making Washington Live possible. We'll see you on Friday, and we'll see you next week on Monday with guests from Country Corner. Thanks for watching Washington Live. We'll see you soon.